In other news, Uzi's engineer, Kaylee. Remember when everybody was coming at her for her, I'm not going to say bad mixes, because personally I didn't even notice it, but the Uzi fans noticed it from, I guess, the snippets and whatnot on, I don't know if she did Verse the World 2 or she just did Eternal Atake, but it's crazy how, because I think engineers, they get points, meaning they get like a percentage of the songs that they work on. And so she has a percentage of Eternal Atake, or she got a flat fee. When you're more independent, you really just do flat fees. But I think engineers get points on like big songs like this. But she posted on her Instagram, since following Christ, my life has been turned upside down. I know God is waiting on me to not be ashamed of those things. I'm the brokest I've ever been for the longest. No longer live in Miami. I didn't even know she lived in Miami. I could have hit her up. I lost my last job and they didn't tell me. People that owe me money won't pay me. Hopefully that's not Uzi. Uzi got to go bail her out. Be like, yo, you had all this money from EA. What happened? I've been going through identity theft. Most of the people I consider friends have fallen away. My desires aren't the same, yet I'm the happiest I've ever been. That's just cat. Sorry. I'm not saying money gives you happiness, but it allows you to worry about things that'll make you happy instead of what you're going to eat that day, you know? Through it all, I have peace in Christ is the difference. Before my last years as a full-time engineer, despite making money, plaques, trips, etc., I was hurt beyond anything I have ever felt. I had no peace. I lost my purpose in my way, so nothing felt fulfilling or lasting. I was drained, and a part of myself was dying. I went through hell and came out broken and burned. Although what I've been going through lately has been hard, I am not consumed by its fire. It is maybe okay. So it looks like she stopped engineering and got a regular job, because I do remember her saying that she was working like days upon days in a row finalizing Eternal Atake. And so I can imagine, with especially being a female, I feel like they're more put together, like their days are more structured, their life is more structured than men a lot of the times. You know, they actually take care of themselves. They do eat vitamins, they, you know, do skincare routines and whatnot. I might be generalizing here, but still. And then all these rappers, they be going to the studio at like, say, 4 a.m. That's when they start. And so she's like, damn, I woke up at 8 a.m. this morning thinking that you were going to get here at 5 p.m. And I ran errands and all that. And so she just gets screwed up in the process. But she's homeless. Also, I feel like the pressure might have gotten to her too, because so many people were complaining about the Eternal Atake mixes that maybe she just didn't want to do it anymore. And I understand that completely. Not that I want to quit content, but because I actually think that everything comes down to content eventually. So if you are a content creator, like, you are the essence of a business. Because if you are a business, you have to create content in some way to market your product. So why not just do the essentials right away? But with so many people like attacking you on Twitter, Instagram, whatever, especially Uzi fans who are just rampant, especially about the mixes, like, I can imagine just not wanting to do it anymore. She got rushed. She only had 2 weeks. I have no idea. I feel like everything that was told to us by Eternal Atake was just like either cap or not necessarily lies, but just he said, she said. You never really know who was telling the truth. Uzi could have had it done. Like, they were tinkering with it for literally years, for 3 years. And so, yes, maybe he finalized the track list. It's 2 weeks prior. But, you know, you can mix and master a song, maybe not in comparison to all the other tracks to be the same volume and mix, but you can do most of the brute work months before you finalize the track list and make it easy on yourself before it finally drops, you know? Do I think the Verse the World 2 as a deluxe was a quick fix because they got scared of the reception? I mean, that's what everybody thinks. I feel like he also, Uzi, got a lot of positive reception of Eternal Atake. Like, everybody was loving it, right? Nobody said it was trash. It was a very different experience than a whole lot of Red. However, it flipped afterwards when people said it was boring. Like they don't go back to the album. Whereas Whole Lotta Red, like it grew on everybody. It was the exact opposite trajectory. But Verse the World 2, I think it was just from the fans saying that they wanted specific songs. And since he hadn't dropped in 3 years, he just wanted to give them what they wanted. And usually the fans are like even the haters, but like the most enthusiastic, like they're the loudest. So maybe it wasn't that many people, just like the diehard fan base. Although Uzi had a pretty strong core fan base, especially during Eternal Atake and like the leading up to it, because that was like peak anticipation for him. But they were the loudest, saying that they wanted these specific songs and they were waiting on it. And so then he gave them what they wanted. It's just extra money too, you know? And I feel like he's learned his lesson too. I mean, he gave fans popular snippets on the deluxe. And then now with the Plug and B remix of Watch This, it has 100 million streams. Where is it? And then, and that was like a popular leak, right? And then they just switched the beat. There was another one too, I think, or maybe that was Yachty. But like artists are now finding out, like, let's just drop the music that people want. But Uzi just happened to do it before everybody else. But I feel like most artists don't really have that benefit, in that most people, they're not fiending for specific songs and snippets, because Uzi and Cardi really owned that snippet and leak culture. But OGEA was a classic, I'm not gonna lie. So maybe that's where it came from. Maybe that's why he had to do a quick fix, because I mean the Eternal Atake that released is nowhere close to like Lotus and actually Myron was on Verse the World 2, but that was supposed to be on OGEA, among other songs. I can't even remember what they are. Let's go to them, because that was a goated track list. One of them is like one of my favorites. I'm trying to figure out like one of my favorite Uzi songs as a whole. Eternal Atake OG. Of Course is what it is. Of Course is one of my favorites. Come This Way, I think that actually dropped though. 1600. Out of Space, blah, blah, blah. That's the old video of mine. Look at that. That's crazy. Yeah, Of Course is probably my favorite song by Uzi ever. Zoom. But then that one guy dropped, but Zoom was elite. Actually, so were all the other songs. So yeah. Me and the Moon Relate. That song dropped too though. Do I think Uzi listens to his own music? I'll tell you something right now. Every artist practically only listens to themselves. Otherwise, why else would they release music if they think that they're not good? Like, I get what you're saying. Like, it's weird to, especially when you record yourself on a phone or something, you hear your voice and you're like, oh, that's cringe. But nah, these artists listen, especially because they're like nitpicking. They're trying to figure out like what to, like, oh, I can add something here, or they're trying to figure out the track list. That it's also like when you make a banger song, like that's all you want to listen to. They'll listen to it probably like 50 times in a row for like the next couple of days, and then they'll move on to the next one. And that's why a lot of times artists don't like their let's say year-old song that fans love the snippet of and that they want to drop on the project, but they don't like it because they overplayed it like 150 times, and then now they think the song's trash because again they overplayed it. And fans do that too. Like I do that with some songs where a song comes out and I'll play it like 3 days straight, week straight, 2 weeks straight, and then I'm like, this shit trash.